Howdy guys, Jimmy Song here. In this video I'm going to talk about something that I discussed with AJ Towns about, and that's multi-input signature aggregation. Now don't be intimidated by all of those words, and this is not something that's going to come anytime soon. I think we need to get Taproot in, which is essentially SegWit v1, so this would be probably more like SegWit v2. What am I talking about? What is multi-input signature aggregation? All right, so here's the gist of it. If you don't know much about Schnorr and what it does, is the nice thing about Schnorr is that you can aggregate signatures and aggregate pub keys. What does that mean? Well, all right, let's go back to multi-sig. Right now in Bitcoin, in order to spend from like a 2 of 3 multi-sig, you need to reveal first of all the redeem script, which is going to be the 3 pub keys in the 2 of 3 scheme. And you also need to reveal 2 signatures. Those are the 2 signatures that need to sign off on the transaction. Now that sounds reasonable, except that tends to be kind of overloaded, right? Each of the 3 public keys is like 33 bytes each, and each of the signatures like 71 or 72 bytes each. So that's a lot. You know, that's just for 2 of 3. If you imagine something like 7 of 8 or 14 of 15, you know, it grows very, very quickly. What Schnorr allows you to do is to aggregate the signatures. Now, aggregation simply means that you take the 14 or 15 signatures or however many you have, and you shrink it down to a single signature. Now that's pretty awesome. And by not using dir format, you can essentially encode all of the signatures in 64 bytes instead of 64 times 15. So you get like a very huge efficiency by using signature aggregation. Furthermore, using something called Musig, which is a paper that Blockstream wrote about a year ago, you can also have pub key aggregation. Now that in itself is also pretty cool, but basically you have in like a 5 of 7 multi-sig, you need to reveal all 7 public keys to you know, show people, hey, these are the public keys that sign or are allowed to sign or something like that. With you know, Schnorr, what you can do is you can combine all of them, which in itself is kind of cool. So instead of 7 times 33 or however many it is, you have just a single public key, and that's also 33 bytes. So you get efficiency of scale there. Now, what is multi-input signature aggregation? Well, I mean, well, first, that in itself is awesome, right? Like once we get Taproot, what we're going to get is the ability to do multi-sig without anyone knowing that it's a multi-sig, because the public key is aggregated and the signature is aggregated. It could be from one person, it could be from 20 people. You don't know. And that's a really good thing for privacy. Now, what's multi-input? Well, you still have to do, you know, treat each input as a different sort of entity, and you have to sign and reveal pub keys for each of those. But if you have multi-input aggregation, now what can you do? You say you're an exchange, you have like 30 inputs that you want to spend. You have to at least put 1 signature and 1 pub key for each one. That kind of sucks. But what if you had multi-input aggregation across different inputs? All 30 inputs, you can take all of the pub keys, shrink them down into a single pub key. All the signatures, shrink them down into 1 signature. And it's verifiable. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's going to save some serious block space. And that's probably coming in SegWit version 2. Anyway, that's something that's on the horizon. Hope that helps you. This song is done.